Here are all the different resurrection mechanics Mercy has and how to do them. Just for fun, I'll also be rating them by usefulness. First one is really easy, just hold E and walk into res. The res will instantly activate at the first possible frame. This is really useful and you should definitely do this in your games. Press E at the end of your movement to retain momentum and res around props. It's fun to do, but not a deal breaker if you can't do it. It just slightly saves you some time. Hold E and walk into res, or start the res and back up slightly. Be careful not to back up too much or you'll cancel it. You can add movement to this as well, like you can do a small backwards GA and do a max range res. Remember, the slightest knockback will boop you out of res. I think I use this one almost every game so I can get reses safely from behind cover. In Valk, you can res as close as you can to the soul, which will prevent you from being booped out of it. This one is pretty niche. Most of the time, you wouldn't want to be that close for res. Crouch res, which is crouch, look down, and then res. This one is really helpful and you should definitely know it. If an ally died above you, you can GA up to them, then fall as you res. You can choose to hold space while you res, or res and then let go of space. Note that you fall faster if you let go of space, so there is the possibility that you will fall out of range. I use this one a lot. I don't think it's game changing or anything, but it definitely helps. If an ally is about to die, you can float over them and hold E to instantly res the second they die. This usually catches people off guard a lot, and I tend to do this with pharaohs who barrage and hover near them to instant res. This one is really useful in my opinion, and even though you won't always get the opportunity, you should definitely know how to use it. Late res is the opposite of instant res, where you res at the last possible second. Remember, the enemy can't see your teammate's respawn timer, so you can bait them into thinking you won't res, have them back up and forget about it, then go for it at the last second. I think this one is really useful. A lot of people just give up on the res, or just not know how late in the respawn timer you can get the res. You can start the res outside of cover and then move into cover. You can do this in basically all different directions. Also, a side note, there are holes in maps where you can get the res through and still stay in cover. Be careful of moving platforms though, they can knock your res out of range. This one is super essential to know. Valk curve res is the same concept as cover res, but because you have some extra speed in Valk, you can make cover resing even more dramatic. This one is really important to know. Sometimes I'll Valk just to get a res off. Super jump res, short and long range. You can cast your res in the air for a long range. Super jump res, shift, look up, and then res. For a short range, super jump res, shift, crouch to super jump, and res. This one is a super popular one, but honestly, I haven't found myself needing to use it in Overwatch 2. I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments. You can actually do a small V-superjump and do this kind of res. GA, then press S and space fast, and then press E. This isn't that useful. It is cool though. Even if you do it, it's not likely that you're actually dodging anything with it. If a flying hero dies, you can catch the soul in the air. This is so helpful when it comes to pocketing flying heroes. The last kind of res is actually not a res at all. The enemy thinks you're stupid and will go for a res, and you pretend you will, but in reality, you're just there to waste their time. This is also great for baiting cooldowns like diva boosters, sleep, boop, but it is super niche. Plus, you don't really want to risk your life for this. So that's all from me. If you liked this video, stick around. My next video will either be something about the Halloween event or some sort of montage. Thanks for watching!